Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Thursday, April 8th. We're going to be going over today's news headlines here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we are live today. So we will send your links out if you want a video chat. You can do that through StreamYard. So let me go ahead and do that. Send those links out to you. And I'll send it to Facebook as well. There it is. So everything's sent over to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So let's go over some news headlines for this Thursday morning. So let's go ahead and do that. Go over to ESPN and we'll put the share audio in just in case we need share audio. Okay, five former NFL player Philip Adams killed five in South Carolina, then turned on himself. So that's what he gunman who killed five people, including a prominent doctor in South Carolina, was Philip Adams, who killed himself early Thursday morning, according to investigations. So that was in South Carolina. York County Sheriff's Office said they have been searching for hours to find the suspect in a nearby home. Adams played in 78 NFL games, also five seasons, also for six teams. He was a rare starter. He played with New England, Seattle, Atlanta, Oakland, and also with the Atlanta Falcons back in 2015. So that, like I said, that's an unfortunate situation for this individual, but that's what happened. So this is from, once again, ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. That's ESPN.com. And we will go through. Okay. Golden State Warriors president and COO Rick Welch to retire after season. Sources say so. It looks like he is going to be no longer the president and chief operation officer for the Golden State Warriors. He's also a Naismith Hall of Fame. So looks like he also worked with the Phoenix Suns from 2002 through 11. So that is what's happening in the news headlines. See what else we have. Okay, UCLA coach Mark Cronin signs a 2-year deal extension after the Final Four run. So I think that he should get a extension coaching for UCLA because he took them to the Final Four. So that once again, he went 41, 22 in 2 seasons. So I'm glad to see him getting his extension. So once again, Mark Cronin will be staying at UCLA for another 2 years. He signed a 2-year extension. So this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. And we will go over. We talked about this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Lee Elders joins Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player to open the Masters. So that's the Masters is this week out in Augusta, Georgia. So that's he will open. He's driven as the number one tee in the card. So it looks like, yep, he is going to open up in the Masters. So we'll give an update on Masters, see if they, what's happening over at the Masters in just a few moments. So we'll be giving you those updates as we go. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, Miami transfer Earl Timberlake commits to Memphis. So it looks like he is going over to Memphis to play for the Memphis Tigers. So he played with the Miami Hurricanes, but he is transferring to the Memphis Tigers. So he is committed to the Memphis Tigers. He's averaging he averaged 9.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, 2.4 assists. So that is from Giovanni, Jonathan Giavoli, if I'm saying his name right. He's with Draft Express. Follow him at draftexpress.com. He does cover the NBA. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, Detroit Jackson knocks out by Adonro Morris. That was in the one championship bout. So that was yesterday, and that we'll show you some highlights from it. So that's from one championship. So we'll show you just a few seconds of the highlights. That was in the on TNT. So he did win his bout. So that's once again, this is from Brett Okomoko. You can reach him at ESPN. It's ESPN.com. Okay, that's Swansea to boycott social media platforms for 1 week in fight against racism. So that's Swansea City announced the club will boycott social media to fight racism and online abuse. So I think that's absolutely what they're doing is good for community and stuff like that. So that's a positive for these teams that's doing these doing these things, because look, be honest with you, look, you got to fight racism. I mean, look, you got to fight racism no matter what sport you're in, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or anything in between. You got to start speaking up and speaking out against systemic racism in all sports. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. That's ESPN.com. Okay, let's give you an update from the Masters. That's at the Augusta. So let's give you an update. Okay, once again, Master Schuler. That's Soma -3, so he's -3 under par. Also, South African CB Benzahol. He's also 3 under par. Also, Kim is 3 under par, followed by Satoris 3 under par, and Simpson 2 under par for the Masters. So that's in the Masters golf tournament that's out in Augusta. So we're giving you an update on the Masters tournament going on. So let's see what else we have with the news. So, okay, Western Conference contenders, big threat to the Lakers. So it looks like this is what we're going to be talking about. Okay, this is from ESPN Plus. Western Conference contender ties big threat to the Lakers. So yes, I think it's absolutely imperative that the Lakers are going to be the teams are definitely going to have some opponents that's going to challenge the Lakers, like the Clippers for one thing. The Clippers are going to be another team that's probably going to be a challenge, just like Denver, just like Atlanta. Atlanta's one of them. Atlanta's going to be in the playoffs. Also, you're going to have Dallas and Memphis and contended for the playoffs. So I think the Lakers is not going to have an easy road going to the NBA playoffs. That's in the Western Conference side. So, so once again, stay tuned. What's going to happen with the NBA? So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. That's ESPN.com. Okay, let's go over to the Pro Sports Daily. I'm going to switch it over to Pro Sports Daily and give you what's happening on Pro Sports Daily. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we'll go over to Pro Sports Daily. Okay, let's go over some. This is from Cat Scratch Reader. Multiple teams are interested in trading for Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, I think that's going to be the common denominator once the trades begin. I think they're going to whoever gets him, they're gonna buy for his services. I think they're going to trade one of their current players and stuff like that. So I think if they get Teddy Bridgewater, that would be a good addition to the to their offense. So let's go over to this is called the Cat Scratch Reader. So this is from SB Nation. So it's going to be a lot of teams that's definitely going to be buying for his services. Since Sam Darnold went over to Carolina, so they're going to probably be looking for another team's going to be looking for a quarterback, and I'm pretty sure that it most likely will be Teddy Bridgewater at the end of the day. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. That's prosportsdaily.com. Okay, this is from thescore.com. 5 NHL players that are looking for a change in scenery. These are the 5 players that's looking for changes. Taylor Hall with the Buffalo Sabres. Sam Bennett with the Calgary Flames. And we'll go to the rest, the 5 players. So I'm going to go through those 5 players. So I'm going to get switch this over. We have to go to the other screen if we want to get that. Okay, the 5 players I just so Sam Bennett, also Hunter Gardner from Carolina. That's another guy with the Carolina Hurricanes. Also Rasmus Ritaulin. It's RISTOLA NE N. So that he is with the Buffalo Sabres. Mikael Grunland from the Nashville Predators. Also, so that's the 5 players. Definitely looking for a change of scenery for their new teams. So this is from once again. This is from dscore.com. Go to dscore.com. That's dscore.com. So let's see what else we have on our Pro Sports Daily. So we'll put it in. Okay. Jared Jones is in fat with Kyle Pitts, where terrible news for the Cowboys. So, which is terrible news. That's probably so if they go after Kyle Pitts, I think he's going to be a good addition to Dak Prescott in this offense with the Dallas Cowboys. So that's kind of what's most likely to happen. So that in the nutshell. So if they can get Kyle Pitts in those for a draft Kyle Pitts, and most likely they'll have to trade up somebody to get him. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. That's prosportsdaily.com. We talked about that. Also, Kyle Pitts is also versatility, could be interesting for the Lions as well. That's another team that most likely will get Kyle Pitts. Not only the Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions as well. Because I'm gonna tell you, this guy was a good wide receiver with Florida. He racked up 770 receiving yards. He had a high grade of 96.2. He also is 6'6", 245. So he has a 3.88, 3.8 wingspan. He runs the 40 at 4.4, so it's a pretty good selection. So if it does happen, whoever gets him, they're going to get a versatile wide receiver in Kyle Pitts. They're definitely going to get a versatile wide receiver in Kyle Pitts. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. Okay, Mac Jones, clear favorite to go number 3. I'm pretty sure he will be the third pick in the NFL draft when the NFL draft begins on April 29th. So I think he's most likely will be a good clear favorite. So I think he's so that's probably going to be what's going to happen. If he goes number 1, then all bets will be off. But if he goes third in the first round, then all systems will go. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. That's prosportsdaily.com. Are the Jets making a mistake by betting on Zach Wilson over Sam Darnold? Well, I'll be honest with you. Put it in perspective. No, I don't think they are, because if they could get a quarterback like Zach Wilson, he played for BYU. that can help them out in the long run. Because Sam Darnold, in his playing with the Jets, he's absolutely didn't wasn't up to par when it comes down to his because he was on a losing team. So I think they're not making a mistake. I think they're investing in their future. That's what they're doing. They're absolutely investing in their future for now and years to come for the New York Jets. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, we're going to go to NBA. Raptors and Lakers fight. Fred VanVleet, DeAndre Mobley, and Charlton Horton was suspended, so that was in the. So they're definitely not going to be playing for a few. They're going to be on a 1-game suspension. So for that fight that happened on Tuesday night, it was an altercation between Fred VanVleet, DeAndre Benbury, and Tucker. So all three of them will receive a 1-game suspension. So this is from DraftKings Nation. Go to DraftKings Nation. That's DraftKings Nation. DraftKings.com. See what else we have. Okay. Kaleem Birch to be waived by the Magic. So it looks like he is going to be, he's not going to play for them no more. He's averaging only 6.9 points a game, 6.0 rebounds. He also played 22 minutes per game in the first 28 contests. So he is not going to play. He's going to be waived by the Orlando Magic. So this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. Okay, Sacramento Kings coach Luke Walton says he has no interest in leaving San Antonio for Arizona. So that is he is not going to be leaving Sacramento to go over to Arizona. So I think it's good what he's doing. Luke Walton, he wants to stay with the Sacramento Kings. He went 53-70 in 2 seasons with the Sacramento Kings. So that's good news for Sacramento Kings fans in general. Okay. Rockets plan to be aggressive in 2021 offseason, competitive in 2021 and 22. So it looks like they're going to be definitely going to be aggressive going into the offseason with the draft and moves and stuff like that. So Houston should be aggressive and go after some players that can make their team viable again. So that's I think that should be the plan for the Houston Rockets in general. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. That's prosportsdaily.com. Okay, Tristan Thompson calls out reporter who said the Celtics teammates don't like him. That's Tristan Thompson made a return to the court on Wednesday as the Celtics defeated the New York Knicks. Afterwards, Thompson has been sidelined due to COVID-19 issues since March 16th. So that's a quote. That's that guy, Kevin O'Connor. I didn't know if I should mention his name or not. So that's what he said in this quote right here. This is from the Boston. You can reach them at Pro Sports Daily. That's prosportsdaily.com. Okay, let's see what else we have. Let's go over to the Major League Baseball rumors and news. Let's see what we have here. Okay, Kenley Jansen blew a save, and Dodgers fans should be nervous. So it looks like he did blow a save. This was from the big league. Let's give you the full article on this one. So I'm going to give you the full article. Okay, this is from the big league. Jansen did blew a save that was in the game last night against the that was against the Oakland A's. Jansen entered the bottom of the ninth against Oakland. Oakland with a 3-2 lead was unable. He was unable to hold that save. So he did blow a save opportunity in that game. Jansen have been shaky closer to a few years. He was posting a 3.33 ERA, 11 saves in 13 chances. He also had a 5.14 ERA, also a 3.71 ERA, and that was back in 2018. He's entering his 12th season with the Dodgers, so that's once again that happened. Let's show you the some of the highlights. So that's some of the highlights from last night's from the Dodgers and A's game. So once again, this is from the Big League. Go to the bigleague.com. That's bigleague.com. Greg Bird, Torres defense has become the Yankees' early issue. This is from the New York Post. We'll show you the full article. So definitely is going to be an issue. So let me get this switched over. So yes, this is from Ken Dave Off. You can reach him at the New York Post. That's the New York Post covering the New York Yankees. So this is his article talking about Torres's defense with the New York Yankees. So that's this is their full page article. That's what they're talking about. So, so I'll be honest with you. It's very early in the season. But right now, the Yankees are concerned about his defense. They're definitely concerned. So that they do have a legitimate concern about his defense. So if his defense can get better, then everything will be fine with the Yankees. So once again, this is from the New York Post. Go to the NewYorkPost.com. That's the NewYorkPost.com. Okay, this is from once again. This is from so let me get that screen set up. Okay, CPBL Fulburn Garden signs Eduardo Nunez. So it looks like he is going over to China to play baseball for the Chinese baseball team. So he is that is so that's where he's gonna. This is from MLB Trade Rumors. Nunez played in part of 11 big league seasons. He played with some teams. He played with the Yankees, Twins, and Red Sox. So he is going over to the China Baseball League up in China. That is the CPBL. So that's they did sign him. And Eduardo Nunez. That's Fulburn Guardians. That's the team that's going to have him playing for in China. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. See what else we have. Okay, D-backs place Chris Devin Sky Devin Sky on the restricted list. Call up Anthony Swazig. So it's going to be Swazig will be coming over to play in the. So he's so Devin Sky will go over to the restricted list, and then Zach will go over to the Arizona D-backs. So he will be playing for the Arizona D-backs. So this is from MLB headlines on Pro Sports Daily. This go to prosportsdaily.com. That's prosportsdaily.com. See what else we have. Okay, looks like we have Stephen A. Smith. Okay, Stephen A. Smith apologizes and blames internet for anti ESPN rant. So he opened his show on Wednesday with a lengthy apology for his rant against his own employee ESPN. So his own employer. One day prior to long-time network personality loudly expressing his frustration with ESPN, NBA's best under 25 list. So that's what he talked about. Look, Stephen A's comments, which included a direct message to ESPN telling the network to drug test anybody to drug test anybody who had something to do with the list that was recently among some viewers took to social media to complain about the outspoken host. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. To tell you the truth, Stephen A. Smith, what? He just goes on ESPN and runs his mouth all day long, saying that they should drug test those people that put out the NBA under 25 list. But the truth of the matter is, look, Stephen A. Smith should understand he works for that company. He definitely works for that company. When you make an accusation like that against your employer, guess what? Your ass will no longer be around. So I don't feel a bit sorry for Stephen A. Smith. I really don't. I mean, he's just a big mouth personality on ESPN that just sure, a lot of people like his show and all that, but they got some people that take offense to that. What he said about ESPN. So I'll be honest with you, look. If once again, if ESPN does accept this apology, then they're just going to sweep it under the rug. But the truth of the matter is, look, he should never, and I mean never, say they should be drug tested for making a list about the under 25 players that's under 25 list and all that crap. So once again, this is from Pro Sports Daily. Go to prosportsdaily.com. So let's see what else we have. So that is it for Pro Sports Daily. So we're gonna go over some Twitters. So I'm gonna go over some Twitters with you. Let me get this switched out, and we'll go over some Twitters. So let me stop this and go over some Twitters. Okay, we'll go over some Twitters today. I'm going to go over some Twitters. Okay, let me put these up on the screen. Okay, oh, shoot. I hit the wrong button. Okay, potential Saints targets at quarterback. So we're going to go through those lists. So let me get those up on the screen. This is from Crescent City Sports. Go to crescentcitysports.com. Renee Dano is the writer. You got Kyle Trask. He's one of them from Florida. I'm pretty sure if they can get Kyle Trask, he'll be a reliable quarterback. Also, Kellen Mounds from Texas A&M. David Mills from Stanford. Jamie Newman from Georgia. Also, Shane Buechele, that's with SMU. Ian Book with Notre Dame. So Ian Book with Notre Dame. Brady White with Memphis. Sam Emiger with Texas. Zach Smith with Tulsa. And Felipe Franks with Arkansas. So that's a potential potential quarterbacks that the Saints could draft in this year's draft. So I'm pretty sure if they draft one of these quarterbacks, they're going to have to, like I said, develop those quarterbacks into a good quarterback. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to Crescent City Sports. That's crescentcitysports.com. So we will move this out, and we will go over some more tweets. So let's go over some more tweets. So we just talked about it. Follow Ken Trahan, FL Teams. Let's go to FL Teams article. Antonio Brown, 32 years old, has yet to be signed with This off season, he tallied up 45 receptions, 483. He also at 4 touchdowns. He had a 10.7 yards per play. So I think hopefully they could sign Antonio Brown long term with the Tampa Bay Bucks. So once again, this is from FL Teams. Follow them at flteams.com. Okay, Devontae Smart. I don't know why it went over the wrong. So I'm going to have to go to 247 Sports and see if I wanted to look at that article for Devontae Smart. So I'm going to go look at that in a second. So I'm going to go to 247 Sports, back over 247 Sports. Let me get that up on the screen. Okay, Devontae Smart declares for the 2021 NBA draft. So he is not going to come back to LSU. So he is declaring for the 2000. He hired an agent. So I wish him all the best of luck. Hopefully he does get drafted in this year's draft. But if he doesn't, he most likely will. Hopefully he will come back for another year to play at LSU. So this is from 247 Sports. Go to 247sports.com and also on Twitter. So we'll get back to Bruce Feldman. Let's see what Bruce Feldman has. Kentucky has found and developed a big-time defensive talent for recent years. That's Jalen Davis. He arrived 195 pounds. He is now up to 234 linebacker. He runs a 4.37 also in a 40, and also has a 42-inch vertical jump. So this is from Bruce Feldman. You can follow him at Bruce Feldman CFB. That's college football. Okay, let's see. This is from News Star in Monroe. Caleb Ledoux turns pro for Louisiana Tech. So that is what's happening in that one. So follow News Star, and that's in Monroe. Follows ULM, Grambling, Southern, Grambling, GS, Grambling, Louisiana Tech. Okay, this is from Covers. This is Matt Assumer. That's one of the players that's in the Masters tournament. Good shot right there on the green. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's scroll down and see what else we have. Okay, JUCO weekly for Mississippi heavyweights to play for the NJ NJCAA region Final Four. So that's in Mississippi. So follow them at JUCO Weekly. That's JUCO Weekly. Yeah. Okay, this is one of the shots. This is from the Masters. This is a shot towards the water right there. Excellent shot. That was from Poulter. So excellent shot by the Okay, Jason Tatum says he and Jaylen Brown talked about getting back on track. So this is from Keith Smith. Following him at So follow Keith Smith at Keith Smith NBA. He's with Yahoo Sports, so follow him as well. Okay. See what else we have. Okay. This is from Sideline, South Florida. 2021 Best Nation University AAC rankings by U.S. News. Tulane comes in at 41st. SMU 66. Temple tied with 103rd. South Florida 103rd. Also, Tulsa 143rd tied. Cincinnati tied 143rd. 166 UCF. Houston 176. 217 East Carolina. Memphis 258. And Wichita State is at 298. The Naval Academy is not listed in the rankings, so they are in another conference for other sports. Okay. Once again, Red Sox activate Eduardo Rodriguez. He will play for the Red Sox in their lineup. So this is from MLB trade rumors. Go to MLB trade rumors. Okay, let's go over to this. Okay, the LHSCA tennis clinic is offered by the LHSAA Sports. That will be April 13th. That'll be in let's see, that'll be on that's a webinar for players who wants to play tennis. So that's in high school. So once again, follow LHSCA at LHSCA. Also follow LHSAA Sports, and also follow BSN Sports as well. Okay. Schedule update. Tennis team will play against Memphis. That'll be on April 14th at 12 p.m. So it will be rescheduled for next Wednesday. So the senior day will be scheduled for next Wednesday for the Tulane women's tennis team. Follow them at Tulane women's tennis team. So let's go through. So see what else we have. Okay, this is from Mike Kills. You can reach him at he covers the Broncos. Saw odds on team for Bridgewater with Denver. Has a best chance besides Carolina return. So it looks like he is going. That's probably the odds. Most likely will be in Denver's favor to pick him up. So that's probably going to happen. So once again, this is from Mike Kills. That's KILLS. LIS. Follow him on Twitter. So let's see what else we have before we wrap it up. So I'm going to scroll it down, see what else we have, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, looks like I think we got everything covered. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports Talk. We'll be back tomorrow for the game between the Pelicans and the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll be on the air for that game tomorrow night. So once again, you can join us as well. Once again, everybody have a good rest of your Thursday, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably have sports talk probably after the game tomorrow night or in the afternoon. So that's how we'll do it. So everybody have a good rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow.